Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife, even as himself, and the wife see that she reverence her husband. Ephesians 5:33. So, this is at the tail end of Paul's set of exhortations to husbands and wives in Ephesians chapter 5. And it's interesting that when he's talking to husbands, he tells them to love. When he's talking to wives, he tells them to respect or honor. So, every one of you in particular, so love his wife. Notice that, love wife. And see to it that she reverence her husband. So husbands are commanded to love, and wives are commanded to respect. And we have, this is consistent throughout the New Testament. There's one place in Titus where wives are, the older women are to teach the younger women to be husband lovers and lovers of kids. But those are compound words, and they're words that I would render as teach the younger women to be into husbands and into kids, to teach them to be domestic. When the Bible singles, and now of course let me say, head off something here. The Bible tells all Christians to love their neighbors themselves, and that means you love your neighbor, whether your neighbor is male or female. And Peter tells us to honor all men, which means that we render respect to all men, whether they're male or female. So all Christians have a duty to love everybody, and all Christians have a duty to respect everybody. But when it's broken out, when the issue is broken out, and we're talking to men as men and women as women, we're talking to husbands and wives. I just noticed I need an N in there. So husbands. So when we're talking to husbands as husbands and wives as wives, husbands are told to love and wives are told to respect. Now, there are two things going on here. God is telling us to give what is needed on the other side, and God is commanding to our weaknesses. Put another way, God tells husbands to love their wives because wives need to be loved. God commands wives to respect their husbands because husbands need to be respected. Men and women are like different kinds of cars. They run on different kinds of fuel. Men run on diesel and women run on regular. You put the love gas in her tank and you put the respect gas in his tank, and you're going to encounter problems if you don't do what you're told. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to give what I would like to be receiving." It doesn't work like that. So husbands are commanded to love, wives are commanded to respect. That we can infer from that. If the Bible tells shepherds to feed the sheep, you can infer from that sheep need food. So God tells us to give what's necessary. Husbands, love your wives because your wives need to be loved. Wives, respect your husbands because your husbands need to be respected. And then secondly, God tells husbands to love their wives because husbands need to be told to do that. And the Bible tells wives to respect their husbands because wives need to be told to do that.